Usually at this part of the Christmas Eve sermon, there's a reflection, a short meditation, which we will have. But a lot of times, the way what us pastors do is we try to bring some answers. I want to do something a little bit different tonight. Rather than bringing answers, I want to bring some questions. And I want to bring questions in light of the last part of the Christmas story that we heard tonight, which was the story of the Magi coming to Jesus. These really astrologers from far away in the east, Persia, modern day Iran, Iraq, that area, seeing a star and following it and finding this child, Jesus. So I just want to reflect on that with some questions tonight. And I wrote a bunch of questions down. Not too many, don't worry, not too many, but enough to make it worth your time. Okay. Here's the first question I want to ask tonight. And that's just, why are you here? Not like, why are you here? But what brought you here tonight? What brought you here tonight? Was it tradition, right? This is something we do every year. Maybe it's the way Christmas Eve has always meant a candle in your hand and carols in the air. Was it family that brought you tonight? Did someone ask you to come and you said yes because it's easier than saying no? Was it hope? Right? Some small, stubborn part of you wondering if there might be something here for you. Was it habit, obligation, curiosity, loneliness? What brought you here tonight? And what questions did you bring through those doors? Maybe you're thinking about what's next for your family, your work, your health, your future. Is the path you're on going anywhere? Were the choices you've made the right ones? Is it too late to choose differently? Can something good come from the choices that you've made? Some of you are wondering about God tonight. Is he real? Does he see you? Does he care about what you're going through? Or have you been searching for something you can't quite name, waiting for something you're not sure is coming? Others are wrestling with faith itself. Is your faith strong enough, deep enough? Is it real enough? What does it even mean to do this faith thing right? And is there a right way to do it? And some of you, let's be honest, are wondering why you're here at all. Isn't this just a nice story we tell ourselves in the dark of winter? Doesn't religion cause more harm than good? Why did your family member want you to come, and will you regret it later that you came? What would it mean if your questions were welcome here? What if you didn't have to have it all figured out in order to belong in this room tonight? Now, you, me, we are not the first to arrive here with more questions than answers. 2,000 years ago, travelers set out to follow a star. We call them Magi, wise men. But what do we really know about them? A little bit, not much, only that they saw something in the sky and it unsettled them enough to leave home. What was it that made them go? What did they see in that star that made them leave everything familiar behind? Did they know where they were going? Did they know what they would find? Did they have any guarantee that the journey would be worth it? What did they tell their families? What did they tell themselves on those long nights when the stars seemed dim and the road seemed really long? Did they ever want to turn back? And did they ever wonder if they were foolish to have started? What was it that kept them going? Was it certainty? Or maybe something else? Was it curiosity, longing, some ache they couldn't explain, some pull they couldn't resist? Did they know who they were looking for? Did they have a picture in their mind of what they would find? Could they have imagined a child in a peasant's arms in an unremarkable town? Could they have ever imagined kneeling on a dirt floor in a barn and calling it holy ground? What kind of courage does it take to follow a light that you don't fully understand? What kind of faith does it take to keep walking when you don't know where the road is going? And yet, they kept walking, right? After all those miles and doubts and those restless nights, right, they walked and they found him. But here's the question that Christmas Eve puts to us. Did they find him, or were they found by him? Did they reach Jesus through their own wisdom, their own navigation, their own skill at following stars? Or were they being led the whole time? Think about it, right? They were foreigners. They didn't know the scriptures. They didn't know the prophecies about Bethlehem. They took a wrong turn and ended up in Jerusalem, asking the wrong king for directions. And still they arrived. How? How did that happen? Could it be that God was with them the whole way? Not waiting at the destination, but with them on the road, guiding, drawing, leading them step by step, even when they didn't recognize it. The star wasn't just a sign to be deciphered, it was a gift. It was God saying, "This way, keep coming, I'll show you." And if that's true for them, what about you? What about me? What about us? All that searching that you've done, all those questions that you've carried, right? The wondering and the wandering, the stumbling in the dark, have you been alone in it? Or is it possible that something, someone, has been walking with you too? Right? That longing that you can't quite name, where did that come from? That pull toward hope, even when hope seems foolish. Who put that there? The fact that you're sitting in this room tonight with a candle in your hand and questions in your heart, is that an accident, or have you been led here? You may feel like you're searching for God, but what if God has been searching for you? What if God has been with you the whole time, right? On the long roads and the wrong turns, in the doubts and in the dark nights? Not distant, not waiting for you to figure it all out, but right here, walking beside you. The Magi thought they were on a journey to find a king. But the real gift of Christmas is this: the king was on a journey to find them. And he is also on a journey to find you. He is here, in this room, in this darkness, in this candlelight we're about to experience, not at the end of the road, but right here with you on the road. So the question is, can you hear him? Can you hear him saying, "I see you. I've been with you all along. You don't have to have it all figured out. I am here." So would you let him meet you here tonight? Would you let him walk with you from here? And would you let this be an arrival of sorts, not because the journey is over, but because you finally have met the one who has been walking with you all along? When we light our candles on Christmas Eve, we don't do this just because it's a nice tradition. It is a nice tradition, no doubt about it. We don't do this just because it's very pretty. We do this because it is a reminder that Jesus, the light of the world, is with us. And so as we light these candles, we celebrate the presence of Jesus, the presence of God, God in the flesh, God in human form with us here. God the Holy Spirit with us here tonight, the one who walks with us every day. As we light these candles, I pray that that is what you will experience. And yes, we're going to blow these candles out when we're done with this, but that does not mean that Jesus stops walking with us. This moment, as we sing Silent Night together, may we experience the presence of Jesus with us here.